immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper brings you thrilling tales of excitement, blazing action on the early American frontier, stirring adventures filled with the daring and courage of Hawkeye, first of the Long Rifles, and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.
I'm sorry, Hawkeye.
Wings of young bird tire quick.
No reason to apologize, Greg. We've been setting a right good pace. There's no reason why we can't rest a while.
You don't have to, on account of me.
Wings of old bird get much tired, too. 8 days on trail. Make young brave much tired.
Especially when he's only used to walking around the streets of the town.
Oh, I like the forest, but it's so strange.
Well, Meadville's only a spit and a holler from here, lad.
Tain't that. I was just thinking. Before Pa died, he kept saying as soon as I got up out of bed, he'd take me along these trails himself. Sort of makes me feel all alone.
Well, you're not exactly alone, Greg. You got an aunt and uncle waiting to make a new home for you. And everywhere you look, you'll be seeing places that your ma and pa loved. Besides, not every young one gets a silver mine left to him.
You and Chingachgook are real kind. I'm glad the governor sent you to take me instead of anybody else. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get going. That is, if you've rested enough.
Good brave. Get behind log! In forest, even fireball have eyes. Stay down! You stay behind tree. Brave warrior. Run like frightened deer.
Yeah, an Injun. I just got a glimpse of him. Not enough to be able to recognize him again. How about you?
No. Too much cover.
You know, he seemed to be shooting at the boy.
My brother think that Indian make ambush only on boy?
Whatever we think, we better not let on to him. He's scared enough as it is.
Can I come out now?
Sure, Greg.
Some of those shots looked like they were meant for me.
Oh, I don't think so, Greg. I think it was probably some renegade Indian who just naturally hates everybody.
Hawkeye. Blood trail. We follow?
I'd sure like to, but I think it's best we get the boy on to Meadsville. Come on, Greg, let's get going.
You know, Am and the boy here kind of resemble each other. Yeah, almost like Greg was our son instead of her nephew.
And he's going to be my son. The one I never had.
Yeah, mine too. Just like you was my own flesh and blood, boy. Hey, wait till you try Am's cobbler. Boy, it's the most mouth-watering in Meadville.
Say, Mr. Bailey, you had any trouble hereabouts with renegades or outlaws?
Oh, no. We got civilization here in Meadville. Most of the folks hereabouts, they hunt or traps. The rest of them works in the silver mine.
The one Greg's inheriting?
Yeah, I've been managing it for the boy's father. I hope Greg's gonna keep me on.
You bet I will. I wouldn't know how to run the place myself.
You're not one to be asking idle questions, Hawkeye. Especially about outlaws and renegades.
Just outside of Meadville, we become the object of some rifle fire. Chingachgook was a mite quicker. Whoever it was ran off with a rifle ball in his leg.
Oh, probably one of them heathens from the Cayuga village.
Who's that?
Oh, name's Longknife. He helps around the house. Works at the mine, too.
That leg of his appears to be bothering him some.
Yeah, he hurt it in an accident, a couple of weeks ago. Never complains about it none, though.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, must have been that. Ain't that so, Em?
Longknife. My friend Chingachgook here is a good medicine man. Why don't you let him have a look at your leg?
Don't let Mohican touch me.
Well, I guess if a man doesn't want to be helped, that's his privilege.
Well, Longknife's an Iroquois. Maybe that's the reason.
Iroquois and Mohican are same. If hurt, need help.
It's a mighty nice supper, Mrs. Bailey, but me and Chingachgook have got to be getting along.
Oh, but it's not finished yet. I've still got the animal cobbler to serve.
Well, if you'll save us a piece, then we'll be sure and come back again.
Are you heading straight back for the capital?
Gosh, I thought you were going to stay around for a while.
That we are, lad, but we've got to deliver some letters to the garrison.
Well, you'll find Captain Milburn at the blockhouse down to the end of the street.
Thanks, Mr. Bailey.
My brother, I feel dark storm ahead.
Yeah, man-made storm, Chingachgook. Did you notice that Iroquois' buckskins? There was a small, hastily made patch on one leg.
On same leg as limp.
Could have been made by a rifle ball. It looks like we may have more to do here than just deliver this mail.
I can't go along with your suspicion, Hawkeye. I've heard Bailey speaking about that boy, bursting with pride, just like a father expecting the arrival of a firstborn son.
Well, that's a mighty touching picture you're painting, Captain. You really think Bailey's the sort who'd get sentimental over a boy who's a stranger to him?
They're not strangers. He's the boy's uncle.
By marriage, Greg doesn't even remember seeing the Baileys before.
You sure you're not imagining things, Hawkeye? A man doesn't agree to make a home for an orphan boy, then try to kill him.
Silver and gold have a way of twisting the best intentions to murder and violence, even among blood kin. And I'm not imagining that Greg owns a whole silver mine that'd be Bailey's if that Injun's rifle ball had found its mark.
You're making a good case against Bailey, Hawkeye, excepting for one thing. It's based on a patch on a pair of Iroquois buckskins.
It's more than that, Captain. It might prove that Longknife wasn't hurt in the mine 2 weeks ago like Bailey said.
Mr. Bailey's a respected citizen in this community, and his word carries a good deal of weight. You bring me more than your suspicion, then I'll take action.
You've got your job, Captain. I've got mine. I promised the governor that I'd see the boy through to safety.
I'd say you'd accomplished that. He's no longer your concern.
Well, if you don't mind, Captain, I think me and Chingachgook will stick around and keep an eye on the boy till we're sure he's safe.
Pull strong, even. Then you shoot straight.
Son! I just thought you and your new friend would like some of this cobbler.
Oh, nothing that hit the spot better. Thanks, Aunt Emma. You are, little bear. This is great. Go on, stick your sweet tooth into it.
Little bear like. This more better than May's honey cake.
See, I told you.
Well, what's going on here? Picnic? Hey, you know that this fancy stuff will spoil Greg's appetite for victuals he ought to be eating? Well, it ain't the end of the world. Didn't mean for you to stand there with a half-eaten cobbler. Go ahead, finish it, both of you. Where do you two latch on to each other?
Just outside the settlement. He's a Cayuga chief's son.
Oh, Red Cloud's boy, eh? Well, I'm glad to meet you. That does my heart good to see you found a friend, son. Make you feel at home all that sooner.
Little bear happy he find friend, too.
I hate to be busting up your pleasure, but Greg's got some work to do. You know, around here, chores comes first. We all got to pitch in and help.
Thanks for teaching me how to shoot straight with this. Will you come back tomorrow?
Little bear come when friend want him.
He's a nice boy.
For an Indian. I got some supplies to pack. I want Long Night to help me. You get on over to the mine, tell him to meet me at the trading post. Oh, and Greg, take the shortcut that I showed you.
Yes, sir.
Come in.
Morning, Miss Bailey. We came by to see Greg.
Oh, he won't be back for a while. Mort sent him to get Long Night.
We promised to say goodbye to him before we left. Which way did he go? Did you think we could catch up with him?
He took the shortcut to the mine, the one over the hill.
Thank you, ma'am. We'd better get to that boy before Long Night does.
We hurry.
Awful close, Greg.
That was a trap. It was meant for me. Somebody's trying to kill me. But who? Nobody knew I was coming this way except Uncle Mort. He told me to come this way.
Young brave, not stampede. Much easier to kill if alone in forest.
But I've got to get away. Hide someplace.
The safest place for you is home.
I've got no home.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. You just stick real close to your Aunt Emma. Keep quiet about what happened out here today.
But Uncle Mort will be there, too.
Well, we don't have any proof that he fixed this trap. Besides, we'll be around to keep an eye on you.
Lone wolf. Never attack whole herd of buffalo. Wait for stray, then attack.
You meant it when you said you keep an eye on me.
If I didn't, we wouldn't be here right now.
Where's Greg?
Out playing with his Indian friend.
Emma, it just don't seem right for that boy to be always hanging around with an Indian.
There's no harm in him enjoying himself with Little Bear.
There's lots of other boys he could make friends with right here in the settlement. Yeah, maybe I better go and have a talk with him.
Mort. You really like him, don't you?
Well, of course I do, Emma. I'm the boy's uncle, ain't I?
Then you won't let any harm come to him.
Now, why would I let any harm come to him?
Right after my brother died, you acted sort of like the mine belonged to you. And it would with the boy out of the way.
Emma. Oh, Emma, you can't believe what you're saying. You know how I feel about the boy, like he was my own son.
why we wait. I feel smell of death on wind.
Bailey can't afford a cold-blooded killing. He's got to make it look like an accident. I reckon he's going to give himself plenty of time to get clear before it happens.
Oh, here we are, Greg. Now, something here I want to show you. Look, you'll find a candle over in the next tunnel, just over against the wall. Bring it here, will you, son? Oh, here's a flint and steel. You may as well light it. There you are.
Me not understand white man's law. We know Bailey want to kill young white brave. But my brothers say we must wait for proof. What good is proof if young white brave is dead?
I can't find it, Uncle Mort.
Well, just keep looking. It's around there someplace.
Can't hold it much longer. The whole mine's liable to cave in. We better get out of here. Come on.
Young brave.
I don't know where he is. Greg? Greg! Must have got scared and run off. We just got out of the mine as it caved in. Greg must have got scared and run off. Thought I'd better come and report this to you before we went out looking for him.
It's a hard thing you're asking me to believe, Hawkeye. The boy's own uncle.
Bailey's no blood relation to Greg, and he wants that silver mine bad.
You'll have to bring formal charges against Bailey.
I'd be glad to.
Captain Milburn, my nephew, Greg.
What about it?
He's been kidnapped by the Cayugas.
I don't believe it.
Look, if you don't believe me, you can ask Swanson. Or Carter or McKinley here. They all saw the Cayugas going off with Greg. There was nothing we could do. We were only a handful against all them savages. We figure it's a job for the soldiers, Captain.
Maybe so.
Maybe. While we're standing here flapping our tongues, that boy's being led off deeper and deeper into the woods.
I suppose you're right, Bailey. All right, I'll send out a patrol.
Captain, if you send soldiers again, the Cayugas, there'll be bloodshed. Whatever chance we got of finding Greg will be gone. Maybe that's what you'd really like, Bailey.
All I want is my boy back. Safe.
The best way for that to happen is to let me and Chingachgook go after him. Then the Cayugas won't be sharpening up their spears and fitting arrows to their bows.
Captain, are you going to shove your responsibility over onto this outsider and his Indian friend?
We won't need more than 24 hours, Captain.
Very well. 24 hours it is. After that, I'll be forced to send in troops.
Don't start timing this until after we're out the door.
Come to Cayuga village? Why?
We came to get the white boy.
To take back to white man's village.
Young white brave belong in white man's settlement.
Hawkeye, Chingachgook. They're my friends.
They come to take you back to white man's village.
Did you, Hawkeye?
That's right.
Why young white brave come to Indian village?
You know why. I had to. Little Bear had the Cayugas bring me here to protect me.
I said I wanted to take you back to the settlement, Greg, not your uncle.
You go.
Mort,
Yeah.
I've got to talk to you about Greg.
Go ahead, talk.
When he first came, you made me lie about Long Knife's leg getting hurt in the mine. Mort, it didn't happen in the mine. He got wounded out in the woods, trying to kill Greg.
Why would Long Knife want to do that?
Because you ordered him to.
Sniveling fool. That brat's the only thing that stands between me and wealth.
Mort!
You so much as open your mouth, I'll break your scrawny neck. Well, what happened to you?
I'm wore out. Plumb wore out. We caught up with him, had a fight. We got the boy back. Chingachgook's wounded.
Well, where are they now?
I had to leave him at the pine tree clearing. Chingachgook couldn't go on. The boy's with him. They need help.
I'll see they get some help. You tell anyone else about them?
No, I'm too tired. Besides, you're the boy's uncle.
Yeah, I sure am.
Mort!
You take the Mohican. The boy's mine.
Hold it, both of you! There's your respected citizen for you, Captain.
Here is evil one who helped Bailey.
Take him away.
Well, I reckon you won't have to hide anymore, Greg.
I'm sending your husband down to the capital, Mrs. Bailey. He'll have to stand trial and serve his sentence there. As for you, Greg, I don't know exactly what to do.
I'm all right, but what's going to happen to Ann Emma?
Well, there we may have to go to the circuit court.
I didn't know. I swear I had nothing to do with my husband trying to kill Greg.
Well, no one's saying you did, ma'am.
But everyone's thinking it. It's true. I began to think something was wrong, but I was afraid. I wasn't sure. But I am sure I love Greg. He's the only kin I've got in the world. I guess you don't believe me.
I believe you, Aunt Emma.
We all believed in your innocence, ma'am. But Greg had to make the choice for himself.
Eyes of love are never blind. Find trail in darkest forest.
Join us again at this same time next week for another of James Fenimore Cooper's gripping tales of the early American frontier. Another exciting adventure of Hawkeye and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans. The immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper brings you thrilling tales of excitement, blazing action on the early American frontier, stirring adventures filled with the daring and courage of Hawkeye, first of the long rifles, and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.
Let me go! Jim! Leave him alone!
Turn him loose.
learn you not to give me no lip when I gives you fair warning. When he gets on his pins, tell him next time I come around here and you haven't cleared out of this trading post, I won't be asking so nice.
Next time I'll be keeping a musket handy.
I'm shivering at my boots. Now remember, I've warned you before. You're trespassers. Stay and I'll put torch to this place and burn you out.
Guess we better move on.
Might early for spring cleaning, Jim. Me and Chingachgook brought you our furs.
Hello, Hawkeye.
Well, you've been using that face for wildcat bait?
Two-fisted one, Hawkeye.
6 fists, you mean?
Sounds like one of those octopuses.
In human form, grasping everything around us, forcing us to leave.
My brothers say white man have law. Protect life and home.
What law? Cressing's? He's the law now. This whole territory belongs to him.
Well, I always thought this was free country.
Not according to Cressing's royal grant. Me and some of the settlers hereabouts learned that the hard way. A few months ago, Cressing and his bullies moved in, claimed ownership to everything, and the sole right to trade. But we figured what we built up was ours.
Well, I'd say what you figured was right.
Tell it to them that had their barns and their cabins burned down over their heads by Cressing's men.
In the last few weeks, not a one of them dares set foot inside this trading post. We tried to go it alone, but me and Priscilla just couldn't do it.
You wouldn't be alone if you had a couple of partners.
Man would have to be out of his mind throwing in with me.
Well, then I reckon I'm out of mine.
Sometimes Hawkeye say same about me.
Well, now that we're partners, why don't you get this place in order, and me and Chingachgook will go out and drum up some trade.
Good fur.
Put down them pelts.
We figured they were for sale.
You're not one of Cressing's men?
No, we're buying for Jim Austin.
These pelts ain't for sale.
You saying that because you really don't want to sell them, or because you're afraid?
Stranger, maybe Jim Austin ain't warned you. But it's powerful unhealthy for you even think of doing business hereabouts.
Fear make heart of settler, like water.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to be a success in the trading post business, appears like we need some legal advice. That's something the sheriff ought to know more about than us.
Ah, that Jim Austin, he always was one for telling stories. Sure, there's been a fire or two. Maybe somebody falling down and breaking an arm. There ain't been a single complaint of violence come across this here desk since Mr. Crescent took over.
Him not let Austin stay in trading post.
Well, that's not the way I hear it. Austin's a bad businessman, going broke.
Going broke shouldn't mark up a man's face with cuts and bruises.
Now, look here, I'm a busy man. Whenever Austin told you, don't change the fact that Mr. Cressing's got a royal grant signed and sealed by King Charles of England. Watertight and absolutely legal.
I'm beholden to you, Sheriff, for making everything so clear. If I ever have any more questions about the law, I'll know right where to come. That King Charles, wasn't he the king who went to the chopping block for denying the rights of free men?
Man with furs not go very far.
Maybe we better have a try at him again. Sometimes a tavern makes a man a mite friendlier.
Hawkeye. A ridiculous alias, I would say, Sheriff.
Not if you've heard what I've heard, Mr. Cressing.
Mull drink. Soothing to the nerves. Gives one perspective. You bumpkins would do well to cultivate a taste for this. It's always magical in erasing worries about rumored reputations.
Sir, this here woodsman and that Mohican don't look like they can be erased that easy. They ask a heap of questions about your charter, like they don't figure it was legal.
I'm sure that we have the means of impressing on them that it is. You agree, of course, don't you, Varney?
Threepence for a halfpenny drink.
Other settlers stay long time. Not buy anything.
They probably haven't got any money.
Maybe Sheriff is right. We waste our time. Settlers not listen to us.
You know, a man who'd maybe slam his door in your face would be more polite if he was your guest in a tavern. It'd be my pleasure, friends, to invite you to have a cup of cheer.
Look, stranger, we don't want no trouble, and drinking with you is sure to bring us plenty.
Don't be so ungrateful, Hanks. It's a rare treat to have so generous a guest in my tavern.
Right cozy place you got here.
It would be even cozier if you and your Indian friend headed right out of this place and kept on going.
You sound like you not only own this tavern, but the whole town as well.
Lock, stock, and trading post.
I reckon that leaves the air as the only thing that's free around here. I figure on breathing all of that I want.
Oh, it is a pity. But I'm afraid you'll find the air here very bad for your health.
I ain't as patient as Mr. Cressing, Hawkeye. Get.
I guess you're waiting for my back to be turned before your patience runs out.
It ain't turned now.
Touch guns.
Standing there with your eyes popping out, why don't you give your clumsy friend a hand? He's cluttering up the tavern.
You make clutter too. Now go!
Redskin, you and Hawkeye have the upper hand now. But if you're in my town tomorrow, I warn you, you will not live to see the day after.
Go!
Guess I'll have that cup of cheer with you now.
How about the rest of you?
White man, drink together in friendship. Stand together with loyalty. Be able to fight together against all bad men like Cressing.
The Mohican's right.
An easy thing to say, Hanks. When these two leave, who protects my wife and children? You, Mather? You, Hanks?
But if you don't stick together, Cressing will break you one by one.
I guess I've been lily-livered long enough. If I can count on you to protect me from Cressing and Varney, I'll sell you my pelts. All I got saved in my cabin.
I give you my word.
Have my price?
Same as Jim Austin always pays.
Come to my cabin in an hour and I'll have 'em ready for you.
Good. I'll just give us time to tell Jim he's back in business. See you in an hour. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, put me down, you big fool. One customer don't make a trading post.
Oh, but it breaks the ice. First Hanks, then the others. Hey, partners.
When first ram lead, rest of flock follow.
Well, reckon I better find my way to Hank's cabin. I think you'd better stay here and keep an eye on things, just in case Cressing decides to pay a visit.
He act like great gentleman, but we give him warm welcome.
Put up your hands, high and easy.
Justice is swift in my territory, Hawkeye. And when a man is caught red-handed with murder, justice is quick and hanging even faster. All right, take him out. You claim the right to a trial, Hawkeye. I agree. Court is in session. How do you plead?
Well, under your false charter, you're not only the hangman, you're judge and jury, too.
I take it then you plead guilty?
Didn't you decide that when you had Hanks killed?
You ain't been very respectful. What are we wasting our time for? We got plenty of rope. In a couple of minutes, that troublemaking tongue of his will be quiet.
Patience, Varney, patience. A hanging should be a stately occasion. Market day is less than 48 hours from now. Hawkeye can not only provide entertainment, but also a fine lesson to our beloved settlers.
Well, now, that's mighty fitting, Cressing. Seeing as how I intended to pay higher prices than you.
Very amusing, Hawkeye. Your sense of humor should give me an added chuckle when you dance to the hangman's tune. Meanwhile, he'll be your guest, Sheriff.
Sheriff, you're not exactly my idea of a genial host, so don't be offended if I don't accept your hospitality.
You try anything, you'll be so full of lead it'll take 10 men to carry your coffin. But come on.
Arnie, spread the word. I don't want any of the settlers staying at home this market day. An important man like Hawkeye deserves a large audience.
Me not like. Blood brother gone too long.
Maybe he's just trying to drum up more business for us.
But he say he only go to cabin of Hanks. How far is cabin?
First clearing just north of the settlement.
You lock door. Keep gun ready. Not let anybody in. I go on trail of blood brother.
That owl must be mighty close to sound so loud.
Two men. Stand guard on front door. I wondered what kept you. Now, give me your flint and steel. Give me a chance to get things started.
Fire! 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 Hey, let me out of here! This place is on fire!
Hey, Rick, Spain, fire! Hey, fire!
I'll take those. Now get in there!
Let me loose in the line!
3 pairs of feet ought to be able to stamp out that straw.
Hands you dog!
Who is it? Hawkeye, Jim. Open up, quick. Chingachgook is going to Fort Henry to get Colonel Hayes. You two are going with him.
But we've nothing packed.
It's your safety I'm concerned for. Hanks has been murdered. Cressing had me all set to hang for it on what he calls Market Day.
It's the day after tomorrow. All the settlers come in and sell whatever they got. Cressing and his men load them up with drinks and then cheat them at cards and dice.
In that case, I'll have a little game of my own for him.
My brother not take chance till I bring back red-coated colonel.
Now, the last place Cressing will look for me will be right under his nose. He'd figure a fugitive from justice like me'd be long gone and far away.
He might come and find you.
By that time, I hope to have the settlers convinced they should stand up against him. Tell the colonel to get here as fast as he can.
Me hope my brother know what he do.
Yeah, if I don't, I still might be the main attraction on Market Day. Dangling from a tree. Now get going.
The sword will help impress the settlers of my position.
Sort of like a royal scepter.
Precisely. The first settlers will be arriving at the tavern within an hour. Make sure they start tapping the barrels.
For free. I wouldn't be able to stop.
Later in the day, I plan to drop in on Jim Austin. This time, I'm certain he'll follow my advice.
Ain't another man in town with spine enough to come to this meeting, Hawkeye. Make it fast before Cressing gets wind of it.
If you had your choice, who'd you rather do business with? Jim Austin or Cressing?
Hanks made his choice. A quick funeral.
You've all got more than just a suspicion of who made the arrangements. Yet you do nothing about it. Most of you came out here to find freedom. Make a better life for yourselves and your families. You can have it, too, if you just band together and fight for it.
Band together. That's easy for you to say. You're a woodsman. You can free as the wind, go whenever you want. But we've got to stay here and do what Cressing and Varney and the rest of them tell us to do.
He doesn't bother you much, does he? Not so long as your heads are bowed and your knees are bent.
We've listened to you long enough, Hawkeye. Cressing's charter makes him a law hereabouts. The one choice we've got is to do as he says or lose the homes that we've broken our backs to build.
Supposing I can convince you that Cressing's charter isn't worth the paper it's printed on. He's just playing on your fear of losing what you own.
Well, well. So this is where everybody is. 2 birds with 1 stone. A fugitive from murder, and my best customers all gathered together to do business in my new trading post.
I don't recall me or my partner giving you a bill of sale.
Perhaps you remember you are a fugitive condemned to die for murder. Here's the gallows fruit you lost.
Just a minute, Cressing. Just a minute.
Get out of the way.
You can't take a man out and hang him unless you give him a fair trial.
He's already had a trial.
I don't remember any of these citizens on the jury.
Neither do I. Under my charter, juries are not required.
Sort of makes your charter bigger than King George, the House of Parliament, and the rights of free men everywhere.
And I'm beginning to agree with Hawkeye.
You all know what's in my charter. We grant to the family Cressing full and absolute right to that land, its inhabitants, the fish in the streams, the rivers, the lakes.
And it's signed by a king whose signature was outlawed more than 100 years ago.
You lie. Enough of this. Take the prisoner out and hang him.
Nobody's hanging anybody without a trial.
Ingram, you have just 3 seconds to step away.
Oh, you heard, Mr. Cressing? As I step aside, I join Hanks in the cemetery.
I'm within my rights if I order my men to open fire.
By the time they'd reload, those of us left standing would send them to Kingdom Come.
Very well. If you settlers step away, I will grant Hawkeye a trial right here and now. First, we must select a judge and jury. And there will be none better suited than my choice. A blade of fine tempered steel! Your deftness pleases me, Hawkeye. You prolong the enjoyment of this sport.
Not use gun.
You haven't got a chance, Indian. There's 3 guns to 1.
Slight miscalculation, sir. My men are placed at all windows and doors. All right, drop your guns. Which is Mr. Cressing?
Let me introduce you to him, Colonel.
In the name of His Majesty the King, George, not Charles, I arrest you for the fraudulent use of a spurious charter and for the murder of a settler named Matthew Hanks.
Here's his accomplice. We'll save you the trouble of a trial, Colonel. Come on, men.
Hold on.
Regardless of what they've done, they've got just as much right to a fair trial as you or me. You can't start a new free life with mob rule.
All right, men, take them out.
All right, come on.
We scare up many customers.
Whew, what a change. We ain't had a let up all day. I had to come out here for a breath of air. Hey, now look, you two are my partners. You got to come in and help me with this crowd.
Well, we don't exactly hanker to crowds. Too nerve-wracking.
More peaceful wrestle grizzly bear in forest.
Oh. Besides, too many partners spoil a trading post.
What, with this? You want me to buy you out?
Me and Chingachgook are already bought out. We got paid enough when those settlers remembered they were free men in a free country and stood up to Cressing. You better get back in there and help out your wife. So long, Jim.
Goodbye, Hawkeye.
Join us again at this same time next week for another of James Fenimore Cooper's gripping tales of the early American frontier. Another exciting adventure of Hawkeye and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans. The immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper brings you thrilling tales of excitement, blazing action on the early American frontier, stirring adventures filled with the daring and courage of Hawkeye, first of the long rifles, and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.
Smack through the heart.
Hawkeye. This track of Ojibwa moccasin.
I guess that adds truth to the reports the Commissioner General's been getting. Someone's putting guns into the hands of the Ojibwas.
This looked like maybe we too late, my brother.
Well, maybe not. If the Ojibwas had all the guns they wanted, there'd be blood and fire up and down this whole territory. Well, let's put this poor trapper to rest and get on to Watertown.
It's just Phil Armstrong and some of the boys kicking up their heels. Probably spent too much time tapping the keg over to the tavern.
Please, Pa, you'll get hurt.
It's all right.
Come on! You bully, I'll scratch your eye out.
In a minute, I'll forget you're a woman.
Hold it!
Your manners are bad enough the way they are. Now just step away from the lady. Nice and gentle-like.
I don't know who you be, Woodsman, but unless you want to be tarred with the same brush as us traitors, pull in your horns and be on your way.
Calling a man a traitor don't make him one, unless you got proof.
Them Ojibwa Indians never had no firearms till he opened up shop.
If you have any charges to make them with the law. Otherwise, get your friends and clear out.
Pa, you better come in and lie down.
That stuff treated me like I was made of eggshells, Brett. That little shaking hardly mussed me. My daughter and I are powerful beholden to both of you. Maybe I can show you something that'll make you stop wondering if I'm a traitor or not. Please?
You'd better keep your eye on him.
This is my trademark. The sun with the rays shining from it.
Yeah, that's a nice balance. But that sunburst won't prevent it from getting into the wrong hands.
Nary a gun leaves this shop without the mark of even cotton burned into it. I like to feel that I put more than just iron and wood into each one of them. And if you find one of my weapons in anybody's hands, you'll find my mark and a record of it in that book.
Eben, just heard about the trouble with Armstrong. Got here quick as I could. Everything all right?
Outside a broken window pane. Neil's concern's more for Beth than 'tis for me.
When a fellow's courting the prettiest girl in town, he's got to be mighty concerned about his future father-in-law as well. Rest of my handle's Ellsworth.
I'm called Hawkeye. This is my blood brother, Chingachgook.
It's a real pleasure. You certain Beth's all right?
See for yourself. She's taking care of some chores.
All right.
There's a fine, upstanding example of the opportunities of this new country. Came here less than 6 months ago. Hardly more than the clothes on his back. Owns the trading post now.
Well, then he can sell guns, too.
No, sir. As soon as he met Beth, got rid of the few guns he stocked. Sends anybody who wants a rifle or a musket over to me now.
Well, that's keeping it in the family. Chingachgook and me have got some business of our own to tend to. We'd best get on with it.
Oh, sure. Well, good luck, boys. And don't forget, so long as you're in Watertown, you don't have to knock on my door. Just come right in.
All right. Goodbye.
Good luck.
Men who make guns have open face. Act like have open heart.
Yeah, quicksand looks honest enough till you walk on it. What we need is a good close look at one of those guns the Ojibwas are using.
Squaw, not see Ojibwa. It's behind tree.
Wait. If you don't get him the first shot, you might scare him away. But you've given me an idea. That ambushing skunk would get powerful courageous if he thought he'd shot one of us. Getting our hands on that rifle and him ready to talk's just what the doctor ordered.
But doctor not order Mohican use head for target.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. You shot my blood brother. You'll die for this. Go ahead. I'll keep him busy.
Hawkeye die too. Soon all tribe know Ponca take scalp of Mohican and Hawkeye.
You'll have to do better than that.
Sign of man who make gun. Open face of man who make gun. Hide evil tongue of serpent.
It appears that way. What I can't figure out, though, is how Mr. Eben Cotton can be back in his shop, yet get word out ahead of us to set up this ambush.
My brother think Ojibwa know we come?
He's never seen us before. He called us by name. Whoever gave you that information and that gun are the same man. Maybe you'd better tell us who it is.
Ponca tear tongue out first.
Maybe a few days in the Watertown jail and you'd decide to just loosen it instead. Come on, let's go.
This is big business, Eben. Biggest you'll ever do.
I don't understand. A man can't use more than one gun at a time.
But you haven't heard the good news, Eben. Mr. Oates is willing to buy every rifle in your shop.
You're joshing.
Cash business, Eben. Hard cash. What's more, Mr. Oates will take every gun you can make for the next few months.
Yeah? Oh, I couldn't let that many guns go, Neil. Not unless I knew what this Mr. Oates was going to do with them.
I thought you understood, Eben. He trades up and down the territory. He's stopping by my place tonight just to pick up them guns.
It'll take one man more than a year to sell all the guns I can turn out. Just to settlers.
Beth, perhaps you can reason with him? Selling off his guns to Mr. Oates will prove he ain't making them for the Indians.
You'll have to stay out here, all of you.
You stopped us taking care of that traitor before. You can't stop us now.
I've got a lot of patience, Mr. Armstrong, but you're wearing mine thin.
Now you be good white brave. Go home.
Step on the side, Injun. I'm gonna get that traitor.
Hawkeye say, you stay out.
That's Phil Armstrong. What's he loose-mouthing to folks about now?
The usual, Mr. Cotton. Only I'm afraid this time it's more than just loose talk to go by.
Only ones listening to him are the loafers at the tavern.
That might have been the way it was before I put an Ojibwa in the lockup for trying to ambush me with this.
That's an Eben Cotton rifle. There's no denying that. Neil, you picked this up for one of your customers.
Even I don't take kindly to your casting suspicion my way after all I'd done for you.
Neil, Pa wasn't accusing you. He was only mentioning that he turned it over to you.
I'm sorry, Beth. For your sake, I'd be willing to overlook most anything.
Except a man who'd be willing to sell his own people for the sake of a little profit.
Mr. Cott?
I gotta tell her it ain't true. I'd rather she'd see me in my coffin than selling guns to Injuns.
Folks in Watertown have got your coffin almost built. The said Injun in the lockup points his finger somewhere else. They're liable to be driving in the last nail.
Pa's right. Every gun's been accounted for.
Appears like more than just that Indian escaped.
My brother think man who make guns empty jail too?
I got an idea the answer to that's in the Ojibwa village.
Enough. You fix. Talk, let White Squaw go.
You scurvy savage. You can flay me alive. I'll make no guns for you. Unless my daughter's freed now.
Bring White Squaw. When White Squaw come, Tawag have way make you want fix gun.
That looks like the gunsmith's wagon.
Man who make rifle must be in big teepee.
The way to find out's to take a look.
Pa!
Beth, they ain't harmed you?
I'm all right, Pa. The beasts. Don't fix any guns for them, Pa. Even though they torture both of us.
White Squaw won't go free. Father live. Tell him, fix guns.
That's too high a price for either of us.
I think I can change your mind.
Neil!
The Ojibwa call me Ondaga, prophet of victory.
You traitor. To think that I was in love with you makes me shrivel inside.
May you be struck dead, you turncoat renegade. I've turned against no one. The Ojibwas are my people.
But your skin is white.
You say that as if I should be proud of the fact. I'm prouder that my mother was daughter of an Indian chief. You mean you're renouncing a civilized way of living? A business you built up from scratch? A position? What position? Owner of a grubby trading post? Here I'm a chief, a leader of warriors who'll drive you white settlers from your lands.
Ondaga, no more talk. Want guns.
There's no torture you know that can make me ask Pa to lift a finger to help you.
Squaw must do as her husband tells her.
I'd rather be roasted alive than even think of being your wife.
Not my wife, Beth. His. And if Ponca don't suit you, I can pick you another. It's up to you, Eben. You start making guns, a dance at your daughter's wedding.
Pa, It'll mean death and destruction for innocent people.
I can't help it, Beth. The gunsmith will work faster alone. Bring squaw.
White man of trading post. Wear feathers of chief.
Yeah, that girl doesn't look too happy about it either. I reckon maybe the answer to a lot of things is in that teepee.
Of you, I'd say you'd had a lesson in gentle persuasion.
Well, that'll heal. It's the safety of my daughter's got me tied up here.
Those Ojibwas are getting real clever, using heartstrings instead of rawhide to hold a man prisoner. All the same, I've got to ask you to leave your workbench.
Not without Beth.
Once you get free of this place, then we can figure out what to do about her.
Look, my mind is made up. The Ojibwas want guns. I'm making guns.
That's as fine a piece of work as I've ever seen. How many do you figure you'll have done by morning?
6 or 8.
Wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of one of those.
You heard voices, Eben. Who was you talking to? Hawkeye. I warn you, Eben. I can only stand so much of your joshing. Before another moon, each warrior will have a brother to this. Then no white man will face us. Goodbye for the guns in the morning, Eben. They better be finished, or your daughter will be.
Looks like a firing squad going to draw their weapons.
Firing squad shoot only one man. Looks like war party.
Keep me covered. I've got to find out what's going on in there.
Done well, Eben. I'm doing best as I can. Now, why don't you keep your promise to let Beth go? Insurance, Eben. Without her being here, you might decide to close up shop. There's a gun for each of you.
We come back later for more. You'll work.
You better leave, too. I can use her help. She'll save me a good many steps fetching. No harm in that. Just so long as you get on with these.
I reckon you're ready to go out the back way now.
Yeah, sure.
Keep going straight ahead till you come to a clearing. Chingachgook is waiting for you.
All right, go ahead, then.
Get the gunsmith and the girl.
You're too late. They're gone.
still got you, and enough guns to make you our first target. Take them away.
I can't go another step.
Not need to. Ojibwa lose trail. Watertown that way. You rest.
You're not going back.
Blood of white brother is my blood.
This is a game you should appreciate, Hawkeye, being a good shot yourself. Each of my braves is going to try a shot to see who can hit closest to your eyes.
Well, that sounds real interesting. If I were going to go on the war path, I'd use military discipline. The Army always uses a firing squad to get rid of its spies.
Oh, not a bad idea at all. Just like a regular general. I'll get a blindfold.
Never mind. This is one side I don't want to miss.
All right, put him up against the tree. We'll all shoot when you give the signal. Get in line now. Any last words, Hawkeye?
No, but I got a notion this is the last time I'll see you Ojibwas shooting rifles. Cut me loose. Your prophet of victory is a prophet of doom. He brought bad medicine with those guns.
He traitor to both Indian and white man. He die by slow death.
I reckon he should be punished by white man's law. If you don't mind, we'll take him in.
You take. Get all guns. Burn in big fire.
It's time you ate something, Paul.
Just as soon as I finish. Oh, howdy, boys. You're just in time. I was about to sit down to eat. Bring some more food, Beth.
Oh, that won't be necessary. We just stopped by to tell you that Neil and his friend are on their way to pay the penalty for their wrongdoing. Just wanted to make sure it wouldn't backfire.
Oh, that only happens to special guns I fix up for Ojibwas.
Me not think is joke when white brother is in front of firing line. But you do good job. Make gun bad.
Well, that's the first time I ever been praised for spoiling guns instead of fixing them.
Well, the art of being a fine gunsmith comes in handy in more ways than you might think. Well, even we've got to be on our way. Goodbye.
Well, thanks a lot, Hawkeye, and good luck to you both.
Join us again at this same time next week for another of James Fenimore Cooper's gripping tales of the early American frontier. Another exciting adventure of Hawkeye and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.